Okay, tutorial on how I made this sewing box right here. First you take a scrap piece of cardboard, and then you place something round on top and sketch around it. You need to make 2 circles. And then of course you just cut around the circles. And then take another piece of cardboard, which is quite long, and just bend it around the entire surface. And right here I hold it into a round shape just to measure it out on top of the circle. I do also keep trimming a wee bit because it was too long for my liking. And now you just want to draw straight lines just to even everything out and cut it out after as well. And then after that I just took some colored paper and traced the cardboard stuff on top of the paper and cut that out as well. Then I realized the cardboard color was peeking out, so I just did the same thing and put a second layer on top. And then after I took the long piece of cardboard and curled it up and stuck it together with tape on the side. And then I'm gluing the sides on the side of the circle and putting down my main thing on top. And then for more security, I put some tape in the middle and done it about like 8 times on each side just to make sure everything's completely covered. Now for the ribbon bit, make sure your string is completely tied and not loose at all. And for the technique, you just poke the hole on the very edge at the start of the ribbon, and then just keep going back and forth, sewing together. To create the ribbon effect, I just hold the string and pull down the ribbon, and it's just really easy. And you just keep going until you need enough ribbon, and you just measure it by checking your project and just seeing how much it is. When using the ribbon, also please make sure to burn your ribbon so it doesn't undo itself and untie. As you can see here, I'm also securing my ribbon by just sewing it multiple times in one area and then tying them up. This is very optional to do this, but I just put a straight ribbon on top and glued it on, and I use binder clips just to hold everything in place. Now this is just my gluing process of everything and just the decorating in general. As you can see, I'm gluing on the ruffle ribbon on the top of another circle part and on the bottom, so it looks like buttercream. During this I was also going for a black pink kind of theme, you know, black and pink. But yeah. I also thought it looked kind of plain, so I just started drawing some stars and dots, and you could just see the whole process here. In the middle I glued the beads so I can just lift up the little cake part, and I also glued some pieces of sequin where they're supposed to be the buttercream, and I just glued some pieces of sequin on top so it looks like sprinkles as well. then after I got 3 tissue paper sheets, glued them together, and then glued them on the inside. And here it is, the finished outcome. Also off screen, I glued on another piece of ribbon on the side because I thought it looked kind of empty, and I glued on 4 ribbons on each side.